right, Shrewd News and Reviews. We had a little technical issue, but we back, and you know how we do.
Oh yes, man. This is the home of hip hop news and cultural commentary. So where will we be if we didn't talk about the YNW Melly trial,
Yeah,
mistrial, however you want to refer to it?
it's been a lot of talk going on about YNW Melly.
It's
We
been a
gotta
lot of
address
talk
it.
going on. You were a little bit on the side of he might be able to beat the case. Whether he did it or not
Or
aside,
not.
you know,
Right,
say
right,
you
yeah,
would
yeah.
say that he might be able to beat the case. I was more doubtful of that. That I didn't think that he was going to be able to get away from this unscathed. I was even surprised to see a mistrial. And after we got the news of the mistrial,
Yeah.
his mother came out and was like, "Yo, it was 9-3, you know, going Melly way." You know, and she said something to the effect of God will never take his hands off of him, or she was a letter to her son, God will not take his hands off of you, just keep your
Yeah.
head up, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was of the opinion it wasn't God's hands on Melly at all. You know, there is no God, but if anything was playing a part in this, it
Hey,
was
you gotta
Satan.
respect
You know what I'm saying?
everybody believe. Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
go
it
ahead.
was Satan. You know what I'm
We do
saying?
respect everybody believes here on Shoot News and
No,
Reviews.
I mean, I'm
We
just
have
saying
yeah,
my
yeah.
beliefs. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
your belief. Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
So yeah, I think Melly did it. I think reasonable people would be able to like understand that, understand that, overstand that. I think it's clear that he did this. Now, we had a mistrial that
Yeah.
happened, and a lot of people don't understand what happens in a YW Melly mistrial. For anybody who don't know, he's accused of killing his two best friends. There's a narrative out there that he was actually not in the car. The prosecution is trying to prove that he did in fact kill his two best friends and stage it to look like a drive-by. So what happens after a mistrial? A new jury has to be selected. They're going to be shown the new evidence in hopes that they'll agree, and the prosecutors actually have the option of reassessing whether they want to go for the death penalty. They had a status hearing on the 28th, and they decided that they're going to go ahead and try YNW Melly again. But what came out today is that most jurors wanted to find YNW Melly guilty, and they know that from a former juror.
Right.
Now, we weren't in these
Right. So
talks, you
right.
know. Okay.
Number one, we gotta understand that a story is a story, even if it was Melly's way or if it was not Melly's way. Somebody just reporting something is going to be, good content for them to put out, rather than say this is good. But I kind of believe it could have went this way. And in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't believe his when his mother said that it was 9-3 going Melly's way. I said to myself, how could his mother have possibly known that? And like you said, these are reports. We weren't in the proceedings or when they were deliberating, but I
Yeah.
think that somebody who was actually there, one of the jurors, is a way more credible than the mother of the guy who got accused. And there was a mountain of evidence against him. But before we get too deep, let me just read some authoritative reporting from Double XL just to keep YouTube off our backs. Now, YNW Melly double murder trial ended in a mistrial. We know that the juries failed to reach a decision. Let me read a little bit more. This is an account from one of the jurors. This was taken from Local 10 News. That's a source article. I should have went there, but let's just read the quotes. From day one, she had issues with the four-person selected. At one point, crossing her arms and saying she was, quote unquote, done, the juror told Local 10 News. When another juror asked not to shut down and set her feelings aside, she exploded. She was explosive, manipulative, she was rude, she yelled insults at everyone who had a different opinion. She was there to cause chaos, the former juror added.
I
Now
think they're
listen,
taking a shot at modern women, man. I
all
think
I
go
don't think that.
ahead.
I mean, that's your opinion. The juror
Yeah.
claims following deliberations, it was an 11-1 count to convict YNW Melly of manslaughter. However, the woman reportedly pulled two jurors to the side and swayed their opinion. That's interesting. I thought it was maybe 11-1 to convict that boy of murder. They talking about manslaughter. That's still pretty good
Yeah,
when it comes
15 in
to.
Florida. Check it. In Florida, manslaughter, you can get up to 15 years. He
Mhm.
already got 7-6 in. I mean, that would have been kind of a W. What, you don't have to do 85% of your time in the state. You're looking at what, like 75,
65 or
65, something
something
like
like
that.
that. I'm
Yeah.
just going off of memory.
Yeah. I'm like, that wouldn't be bad for him,
That I mean, considering what it looks like he did, that would be a
Right.
win. So I didn't know it was manslaughter, but I'll continue here. Then she came over and announced to the group that they had changed their minds. But when another juror asked why she was speaking for them, she exploded. It's something we're never going to forget. We were shaking at the end. Damn. So they're
So
saying this
check
one
it.
juror had their ass shook.
Now look, so what this is saying is that one juror had pretty much tried to coerce two other jurors.
No, she did coerce them.
All
She
right,
got them
right.
to come
She
over to
did.
their
She
side.
got them to come over to her side, right?
Yeah.
So now when we think about it, it was 9-3.
But 9-3 going
Now
the
I
other
know
way.
him. Right.
So maybe, do you think that his mom was misled? Was she
Yeah.
lying, or did she misinterpret what she heard? Which one do you think of the three it was?
I think she just heard 9-3, and then she probably just like, yo, I'm gonna go with being positive
I
with
think
this,
that's possible. I think she could have been possibly misled, but it does sound like she could have misinterpreted. She heard 9-3 and she was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We finna whoop this. Remember, next time they try this, we finna get it up off of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll read a little bit here. The former jurors' claims contradict what YNW Melly's mother said. Jamie King, that's her name. She posted on social media following his mistrial. King claimed most of the jury voted in favor to find her son not guilty. I never believed that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never believed that, but it is interesting to get some more insight about what happened in the deliberations. I think a lot of people who were saying that he was going to get off, they felt like the mistrial
was a
was
win.
kind of like a vindication for them. Like, yeah, I told you so type of thing. But he's not out of the woods yet. The prosecution, I said this in our last episode when we were talking about something else, but the prosecution now has a time to refine their approach. They get to look at what worked, what didn't work, how they could go another way. They also have the option of trying Melly and Cortland together. And that's a problem because Cortland pulled up to the hospital with the van and said that we were involved in a drive-by and this is where it happened. YNW Melly's defense was, we don't know what happened. We're just saying he wasn't in the car. YNW Melly's defense never said that, oh, it was a drive-by. That's all coming from Cortland. So they even insinuated that Cortland could have been responsible for the killing. They were like, it could have been a lot of other people. Could have been Portland. Could have been somebody else that they didn't investigate. We don't know. All we're saying is our client wasn't there. I'm surmising what they said. So if the prosecution decides to try them both together, then they're going to have two conflicting stories, which I don't think is going to go good for them if it happens that way. What do you think when it comes to the whole trying them together versus not trying them together?
And we look at it that they was looking at manslaughter. So
that was that jury, though.
That jury,
they're
right?
going to be shown
it's a
evidence
whole another jury.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, for the most part, this is probably around what we got out of this case is probably going to be the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I think we're probably going to get somewhere. He could get the murder, but unless they change it to both of them. But
listen, it's a whole,
I see it happening.
12,
it's a whole new 12
people.
But my opinion is I see this happening somewhat similar of the same. I would think that this will probably be more of a same thing that'll happen to a one jury may not want to convict.
But I asked you about Cortland and YNW Melly being tried together, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, if they get tried together, I feel strongly. I feel different about that because now it's like both of y'all. I can't pin it on one
so
or the
you
other.
get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's a whole different ball game, is what I'm saying. If they try this thing again, right? They're going to be showing the same evidence, but stylistically, it might be presented differently. And if these guys are smushed together, we don't know what the heck is going to happen. And that manslaughter thing might not even be a thing. This might be a jury who's like, nah, man, we need a murder out of this kid. You feel me? Like, we're not going back on that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going to happen the second time around. I don't know. I'm thinking that he's going to get found guilty. I felt like that the first time, but we don't know.
I feel like they're going to get manslaughter. I feel like that. If you look at me, I think this is what that medium I feel like is going to be manslaughter. I feel like they're going to eventually get charged with it. And then it's going to go.
You don't see them getting the death penalty because they have a chance to reassess that.
Yeah, because they don't just have they don't have the evidence to be like, yeah, I know the shooter was him and he was in the car. It's like this is why I think they putting it on the manslaughter, because it's like we don't have the details of a murder weapon and we don't know exactly if he was in the car.
You don't need a murder weapon.
Yeah, you don't.
And then you saying that, we don't know if he was in the car. Last time we seen the two decedents alive
in the car.
Was in the car that he was getting into. They have camera footage of him getting in the car. Now, we don't have camera footage of the shooting, but I think they got some good evidence. We don't want to relitigate the case right now. I'm just saying that I think the evidence was damn good.
So you think he's gonna get hit with murder? Right. So I mean, I think he's gonna get hit with manslaughter.
I'll answer straight up because you answer straight up. I'll go with I think he's gonna get found guilty of murder, though. I really think that. If we're gonna put it on a scale of 1 to 5, how confident am I in the belief that he's gonna get found guilty of murder? I'll go with a 3.5, a nice fat 3.5, maybe a 3.7. Just that's what I think.
Y'all let us know.
Yeah. On the scale from 1 to 5, how confident are you that he's gonna get what you say it's gonna be manslaughter?
Yeah.
How confident are you? One scale from 1 to 5.
I say about a 5.
5. Damn. No doubt in your mind.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
cool,
anything
cool.
less than that, I think he'll beat it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So
go ahead.
Hey, y'all let us know what y'all think, man, in the comment section. Y'all know we be in there going at it back and forth with you. So let us know what you think. What you think?
Respectfully.
What you think YNW gonna get? What you think he gonna get hit with? Murder, manslaughter? Yeah. Is he gonna get off?
Yeah. And don't forget, if you like what you hear, go ahead and like and share. You could join the tribe by hitting subscribe. Hit the bell too, so you get some notifications. Until the next time, stay shrewd.
Stay shrewd.
Yeah.